This just happened, and it raises a question no one wants to answer. A woman enters a store. She never walks out, and hours later, her body is found where no human being is ever supposed to end up. Subscribe now. Do not blink, because what you are about to hear is not just about what happened. It is about what failed, what was ignored, and what could happen again. This unfolded in Little Havana, Miami, not in an abandoned place, not in the dark corners of the city, inside a discount store that thousands of people walk into every single week without thinking twice. A Dollar Tree, bright lights, open aisles, normal life, until it wasn't. Employees arrived, routine shift, and then, inside a commercial freezer, they found a woman who had been there all night, lifeless, silent, invisible for hours. Her name was Helen Maciel Garay Sanchez, a doctor, a mother of two, visiting Miami from Nicaragua. 32 years old, not homeless, not unknown, not disconnected from the world. And right now, the most dangerous part of this case is not what is confirmed, it is what is still unanswered. Police say there are no immediate signs of a crime. Let that sentence sink in. No immediate signs. Not no crime, not ruled out, just not yet. Investigators confirm she entered the store Saturday night. She did not buy anything. She walked through the aisles. She approached the freezer area, and at some point, she ended up inside. No alarms, no intervention, no one noticed. Here is where the tension starts to rise. This was not a locked warehouse freezer. This was a customer-accessible unit, which means the question is not just how she entered, but why no system prevented what followed. Surveillance footage exists. Detectives are reviewing every frame, every movement, every second before she vanished from sight. But here is what is not being discussed loudly enough. Why was a woman able to remain inside a commercial freezer overnight without detection in a functioning retail store? Why did no safety mechanism stop it? Why did no alert trigger? Why did no human presence notice anything abnormal? And most importantly, why is the default assumption leaning toward accident before answers exist? Authorities say they are exploring all possibilities, including medical factors, including potential impairment, including health conditions. That framing matters, because when the narrative becomes about the individual, the system quietly escapes scrutiny. This case is already being described as tragic, but tragedy without accountability becomes precedent. Think about this. This woman was a medical professional, a trained doctor, a mother, someone capable of independent decisions, which means the explanation cannot be simplified without evidence. Was she disoriented? Was she seeking shelter? Was there a malfunction? Was there a lapse in store procedures? Was there a moment someone missed? No one is answering that yet, and the silence between those questions is where public concern should be focused. Because if this can happen to a visitor in a busy neighborhood, in a national retail chain, then this is not an isolated moment. It is a warning. Dollar Tree issued a statement expressing condolences and confirming cooperation with authorities. Corporate language, expected, clean. But corporate statements do not explain how a human being can disappear in plain sight. This is not about assigning guilt prematurely. This is about recognizing risk patterns before they repeat. Let's talk about what is not being emphasized. Retail freezers are designed for product, not people, but they are also designed with safety standards, emergency releases, monitoring procedures, closing protocols. If those systems worked perfectly, this outcome should not exist. Which brings us to the uncomfortable analysis. Either something failed mechanically, or something failed procedurally, or someone failed to notice, or multiple failures stacked silently until the worst possible outcome became inevitable. Police say the medical examiner will play a key role: toxicology, cause of death, timeline. That process takes time, but public attention fades fast, and when attention fades, systemic questions get buried. The family is now asking for help to repatriate her body, a grieving family navigating international loss, bureaucracy, and public exposure, all while answers remain incomplete. And here is the part no headline is saying clearly. This case forces a conversation about safety inside everyday spaces, spaces we assume are controlled, regulated, harmless. We trust that when we walk into a store, the environment will not silently become lethal. That trust was broken. Now let's look forward, because this is where it gets serious. There are two possible paths from here. The first is the quiet path. Investigators conclude it was accidental, a combination of personal factors and unfortunate circumstances. The store updates internal procedures, no public change, no broader discussion, life moves on. That outcome closes the file, but leaves the risk untouched. The second is the critical path. Investigators identify procedural gaps, safety failures, oversight weaknesses, and suddenly this case becomes a trigger for inspections, policy changes, and accountability across retail environments nationwide. That path protects future lives. Which path happens depends on pressure, on scrutiny, on whether people keep asking questions after the headlines move on. Because cases like this do not escalate on their own. They escalate when silence is refused. Right now, police say they are not ruling anything out. That phrase is doing heavy work. It means uncertainty remains. It means conclusions are premature. It means this story is not finished. And it means what happens next matters more than what has already happened. If you think this is just another strange incident, you are missing the point. This is about how quickly someone can vanish inside systems designed to be ordinary. This is about how assumptions replace safeguards, and this is about whether we demand answers or accept silence. Subscribe now. Stay locked in, because developments in the next hours and days will define whether this case becomes a footnote or a turning point. What happened inside that freezer is still unresolved, and until it is, no one should pretend this is over.